And then once we had our solid concept and our storyboard of how they might use this app, we went ahead and started Wireframe, and thus Locate was born. What if you could locate your camping spot in the backcountry and set up with ease, knowing that you selected the perfect spot without future complications? With a quick scan of the app at the trailhead, campers can easily see where it's possible to camp within the backcountry. When arriving to a possible spot, the app will display if it's possible to set up camp or not. If not, the app will not proceed and display an overlay. Once a suitable location is found, the camper can select what they want to set up, either a tent or a fire. Each will look for certain characteristics such as tree cover or flat ground and display the appropriate overlay. Welcome to camp. Locate started off as just an idea on a whiteboard. We had a bunch of other ideas actually on the board at the time. From here, we went ahead and took some of our ideas and did a little bit of a storyboarding. How would people use this app and what would they be using it for? After we had a proof of concept, it was time to make this app actually usable to the user. So we went ahead, took our wireframes and loaded them and created them in Sketch. From there, we did a little bit of testing, seeing how people would actually be able to work through this app. From here, we noticed some of our icons just were inconsistent and people weren't using them the way we thought. So we went back to the drawing board and changed them up. In addition, we also had to comply to Apple's rules. So with that, we did have to make some changes upon submission that included adding a launch screen. Once the user has downloaded the app, they can go ahead and start their journey. Upon reaching the trailhead, they can open up our map mode. Upon opening the map mode, they'll be greeted with an AR camera, just like your normal phone camera. But upon bringing it up against the trailhead map, it will actually present to you an overlay of where you can and cannot camp. From there, they can go ahead, shut off their phone, and go for their walk or go for their hike. And then once they think they've found a suitable location, they can pick up the phone, and the phone will actually give them an overlay if they can or cannot camp there. If they can camp there, they'll be able to shut or turn off their phone and continue walking. If they can camp there, they'll be greeted with a different overlay asking them if they would like to set up their camp here. The primary takeaway from this is being able to adapt to the ever-changing problem that you're going to have. You might come up with an idea at the start, but it might look a lot different from the end. Upon iterating and doing user testing and actually testing the technology itself, you never really know exactly what you're going to get. So you have to be able to adapt to these changes. Another takeaway is putting a lot of effort at the start, working on those concept ideas to get a really solid concept, and also going a little bit farther than that, working on solid sketches and storyboards to really understand how your user is going to use this app. It will pay off a lot in the long run. With this launch of Locate, we were able to achieve our scope of the project. We're able to provide backcountry campers with the ability to see where they can camp and be able to provide them with an effective place to locate their camp.